Right, weekly stock market update, 28th of April from a hedge fund manager. So give you some insights on the market. Let's have a look at what's been happening in a very busy week. As well, and a very good and lucrative week. Okay, this is part of my campaign for 1 million to teach 1 million people how to be better at investing. These are price earnings ratios. Red is bad as a general rule. It's the share price relative to profitability, and as you can see, most of the market still arguably overvalued, but it's been going up and up and up. So what's going on? As you can see here, it nevertheless rose. Well, it's because we've had some great earnings this week, and the market's looking well beyond just conventional measures of valuation such as PE. If you do look at price earnings growth, which is what this is, it's the share price relative to the growth in profitability, you can see again lots of red, which means lots of arguably overvaluation. And the danger with that is that the pessimists, I'd say about 10% of people who think the market's going to crash and burn, and they sit in the same camp as the conspiracy theorists, they would look at something like this and say, we're going to fall, we're going to fall. Nevertheless, the market is continuing higher, so it's fine for now. Now, what do we see there? Let me just draw you. We've got the NASDAQ, which is already up 20%. So it's all very well saying it's all going to crash and burn, but you've just missed out on a 20% gain if you weren't invested in the tech-heavy NASDAQ. The UK unusually is up 10%, and usually I say because it doesn't often outperform the S&P 500, not for a prolonged period of time anyway. The Dow 30 stocks are only up 2%, and gold is up 8.7 year to date. Now, the S&P 500, let's zoom into that to see what's going on. And you can see it's broken out of that downward trend, and it's now going upwards, and it's doing more of what we said last week. Obviously, the pessimists think it's going to go all the way down to there, pretty much go down, 45%, 40%. They're in the minority. I still think we're looking at this trajectory, which is what I've been posting every week anyway. It's where we are with it, and that's the direction of travel. FTSE 100 has resumed upwards to my surprise. I did not expect it to continue upwards. I thought it was going to go lower, and that may well still happen. It's at pretty much near all-time highs over there. Alphabet, same story as last week. It's broken out of that downward trend. It's continuing on this upward move. And we see the monthly MACD, a measure of momentum, moving upwards, and the fundamentals still look strong because you only need to read the earnings announcement this week. But be warned, those who want to do double leverage ETFs on Alphabet or CFDs at 2 or 3 times leverage, that's how much it can drop in just a year. Okay, so that's the direction of travel at the moment with that. If you were to look at what the analysts think, on average, the analysts think there's a 20% to the upside with Alphabet. The most optimistic think you could triple your money with this. That might be a bit too optimistic, but, well, actually, that's where it takes me, which is about close to 145. They're saying 160, so you can see. Will that happen in a year? Probably not in a year, but in 2 years, could you double your money? Yes. Microsoft, massive rise this week after earnings. Unsurprisingly, as you will know, I own a lot of this and continue doing so, and I've posted on it on my Telegram channel, everywhere else. Up, and you might say, you get paid the big bucks for picking Microsoft? Yeah, I know. You should watch less of Billions. Plus 29% is what we're still projecting from where we are at the moment over the next year. And on a risk-reward basis, I think it's looking rather attractive. The average analyst thinks there's only a 6% to the upside. However, I'm closer to that high mark. I think that in actual fact, from where we are now, we're going to get to there. If not in a year, then I'd give it 2 years. I'm happy to hold this for 3 years to double my money. Apple, we are in that channel. Of course we are. And that means the bull case is that, which is great. The base case is that. That's the bear case. And all of those look good. The monthly MACD is pointing upwards, so I'm happy with it. But would you be happy buying it today? And if it did that, would you still be calm? Well, if you looked at this broader picture and followed my weekly updates, you probably would. So don't expect it just to go in a straight line upwards, okay? The analysts on average think 1.39%. I don't care what the analysts think. They're usually wrong. Actually, they're always wrong. Why am I showing it? Well, I just think it's interesting. Nice little graphic. That's what I think we're closer looking towards within 12 months. Okay. Amazon, fantastic. And you might say, well, these are names I could have picked myself. Good. Now, that's what we think is going to happen with that one. There's the direction. all very simple analysis. You're getting the drift now, aren't you? And I think that high mark from its current price is what we think. So 100% rise in that. If not over 12 months, over 24, yeah. And that's fine by me. Meta Platforms, it did, surprisingly, a V-shape recovery. I thought it would be like this. And you can see these charts and follow me on YouTube and Telegram and see that I've been doing these for months. So you can see the track record of what I'm saying. And we're still on track for this. Might get some profit taking this week, or rather next week into May, just because it's done so well and it's about time. You get, 2 or 3 weeks of profit taking, and then it goes back up again. Okay. Average 239. So people think, the analysts think it's pretty much fairly valued. I think they're wrong. I'd go at the high end. I think they're all lowballing it because they're scared of their jobs. Okay. Disney has flatlined a bit. I'm a bit disappointed with my holding in Disney. Not everything goes up and up and up, Alpesh. But I think I'm still going to hold on to it. I think it'll get there. So I'm fine with that. The fundamentals are sound. We're not just picking these on charts. We're picking these on fundamentals. And if the charts don't reflect the fundamentals, then we know the charts will catch up with the fundamentals. And the fundamentals on value, growth, income, cash flow are all very solid. As those following me on my Great Investments program will know. That downward trend, we've broken out from below it. That's the upward track on Nvidia. Very happy with those returns. These are in my SIP and ISA and my son's junior ISA as well. So you can imagine that I've got to get it right. And my clients are happy with this one as well. It's actually the best performer. They're not all been like that. Tesla disappointed from the start of the year when I picked it, went up, and then it's gone back down. And some of my clients will decide to get out of some of that. They'll say, bit risk averse now, Alpesh. I see that you thought it would do this and then go like that, but it looks like it's going to fall a bit more. So thank you. I'll take 10% gain instead of the 197% we thought. But that's up to them. Chipotle is a new purchase of mine, and that's the projection, I think. And this week, of course, really helped me get along that route. So I'm very pleased with how that's turned out this week. Yeah, the fundamentals are sound. I like it. Do I know anything about the restaurant Mexican grill business? Nope. But the fundamentals were good: value, growth, income, cash flow. All those factors we look at on the Great Investments program were good. This is what the average analysts think. They think it's fairly valued. I actually think we're going to get significantly higher than that. MasterCard, that's the worst case scenario. I've drawn that because you can see where the downline is, and it's worth drawing that just to make sure people don't get overexcited. However, that's what I think may well happen, and still holding on to this, happy with it. Okay, and the analysts think there's still some 14% to the upside, although some of the most optimistic one thinks there's more. Do have a look at my campaign for $1million.com to teach 1 million people how to be better investors. If you're interested in the Great Investments program, get in touch as well. Show you how you can learn to invest for your pension, your SIP, ISA, particularly if you are a cash-rich, time-poor professional or a retiree. Okay. Thank you all for looking onto that. And don't forget to follow, like, and have a look at alpeshpatel.com/links for more materials, my Telegram channel, my YouTube channel, all the rest of it. Thank you all very much indeed.